gentlemen, you guys have been wanting a GTR to make its appearance on the final drive. Well, today is the day. Here I have the 2020 Nissan R35 GTR, not just your average R35 GTR. This is the 50th anniversary, making it just so special, and so proud that and so happy that we're able to have this car on an episode. Okay, so there's only 50 pieces of these cars made, 2 here in Brunei. Again, emphasizing on that, very lucky to have this. As far as visual and design, you guys can tell that it's fairly similar to the previous models. So I'll kind of be brief about the rear end because essentially it's the same thing as the previous version. Other than the big 50th anniversary decal, as well as the little tag and the titanium exhaust, pretty simple. So we'll move forward to the front end of the car and to the rest of the car so we can get into it more in detail. I want to talk about the 50th anniversary's front end. Well, as far as design, it's not really much to talk about because it's fairly similar to the previous model. I want to talk about this huge decal that you do see in the middle of the car. Am I a fan of it? Not really. I'm a minimalistic type of person. So I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that appreciates this because this is actually inspired by the 70s racing winning car. Of course, celebrating the 50th anniversary. They wanted to pay tribute to their history, and I appreciate that and I respect that. But what I do also respect is the fact that Nissan kept the decals into an actual sticker decal. So if you're a person like me and don't like loud designs, you can definitely take this off so it can suit your liking, okay? But then again, you start tempering with the value of the car once you start touching things like that, which is what I'll probably do if I own this car. So of course, it's got all the functional vents. Every single vent that you see here, they're all fully functional. The hood, right in the center right here. And the other thing too is the famous lightning bolt LED headlight design, which is also fit in the previous model, which is a big modernizing, it's the modern design path that they took to kind of make this car fit into the times that we're in now. Anyways, another thing, aside from the headlights, definitely the nose. This is a big jump from the previous model, making this car, honestly, just this tiny piece makes the car look that much more newer and modern compared to what the old setup was. The side profile of the 50th anniversary, honestly, pretty similar to the previous generation, which is what I've been saying throughout this whole thing. But there's 2 ways that you can tell that this is the 50th anniversary. One being the color. This is the Bayside Blue, very popular color in the GTR history because it was made famous by the R34, which is what the color came in. And honestly, it's such a cool and respectable way of Nissan just paying tribute to the history of the GTR. Now we are on to the part where we spend the majority of our times when we own a car, which is the interiors, where we do the driving, right? It has to match the good feeling that you get when you look at a car that looks good. So I want to talk about the color code for this interior. It's called the Twilight Gray. I don't mind the gray. I feel like just the combo between this Twilight Gray with the Bayside Blue, it doesn't really match. But then again, at the end of the day, it's all preference. If you love it, then that's all that really matters. I love the exposed carbon center console that they have with the 50th anniversary tag right in the middle. Gives it kind of it's a reminder that you are in a special car, as well as the carbon backing for the cluster with that tiny little 50th subtlety tag right there. I like the fact that Nissan did that too. And this leather wrapped interior, I've talked about this so many times in previous episodes of how much I love the leather wrapped interiors coming from any car, just because it makes the car feel that much more classier, luxurious, and elegant. And what comes with leather wrapped interior is definitely the smell, and I love the smell because I don't know, I feel it'll stick with the car for a long time, if not forever. To complement that, they put Alcantara headliner, one of my favorites for sure, with this crazy stitching that starts from the dome light right here all the way to the rear windshield. And that's just, I feel like, the cherry on top. This car is just full of cherry on tops with the little thing that they do. All right, well now this is a moment that we're all super excited about. I don't know what else to say, but let's get this show on the road. Never in a million years that I would ever have thought that I would be driving an R35, let alone the 50th anniversary. There's only 2 pieces of the 50th anniversary in Brunei, and there's only 50 in the world, and I've mentioned that earlier. So here's the thing. I have the car set to probably the most forgiving setting that I could ever have this car set in, all right? So full comfort, everything, suspension, just the performance in general, everything is on the most baseline. And so far, drives just like any other car. Don't know what else to say. The transmission, the 6-speed dual clutch transmission, to be honest with you, it's quite bland when you have it in this setting. But then again, you can understand, you don't get this car to drive it in comfort mode, although it does give that offer, but you're not gonna want that, right? So I'm flooring it now. The speed is there, it's just the shifting of the transmission. You gotta wait for the transmission to kind of get up to speed so it, you know, it can get to where you want it to be. So it's a little slower as far as getting up there. Another stretch. Handles well. So for the 50th anniversary, the suspension is fully revised by Bilstein, and the crazy thing about this car is, what makes it special is it's got the rear transaxle, which is where the all-wheel drive differential is mounted at. So this thing, when you're driving it normally, it gives all the available torque to the rear end, and as soon as it kind of detects some type of slippage, which is when you put it in R mode and you're trying to go quick, as soon as it senses that little bit of slippage, it will distribute the torque to all 4 wheels. And of course, so it's kind of weird because, like, you know, you're in an all-wheel drive car, but if you're taking a turn pretty quick or you're gunning it through a turn, the chances of you kicking out the rear end is pretty high. So it gives you that little rear-wheel drive action. Okay, now that we have it in the R and aggressive mode, of course, the exhaust tone changes a little bit, but then again, the big complaint that people have with this car is the fact that it's so quiet, and I cannot argue with that, because celebrating the 70s winning car, any type of racing car, you'd expect this car to be kind of obnoxiously loud, or maybe not obnoxious, but louder than this, because this is, you know, it's very mellow, even in the race mode. And even doing a pull in 6th gear, this car still wants to go. There is no limit to where the power band is in this car. Taking this turn right here. A pretty quick turn. And just all grip, baby. This car is a whole new animal in this setting. I can't get enough of it. I cannot. Some downshift noise, like I said, very quiet, not satisfying. You want that very loud rev match, whap, bah, that noise, exactly. Sorry, it's very tame. I'm a little bit disappointed with that, but I'm sure once you do something with the exhaust, you'll be a little more satisfied. Suspension-wise in the R, you can tell it tightened up a little bit more. It's a lot more sensitive in a way. The feeling that you get when you get on the gas pedal in this thing, it kind of, your stomach just feels like it's in the back seat. And I've said that before, but this car just kind of takes that to a whole new level. Just, it turns my whole feeling of a fast car up a notch. So like I said, 0 to 100 around early 3s, and you really don't feel it as much, just because, like I said, the car's so powerful, yet it's so comfortable, making it very confusing. Let's do one more turn, because we keep running out of real estate. With this car, you're gonna need a lot of real estate for this thing. Well, if you guys are wondering what is powering the 50th anniversary, well, it's the VR38 DETT, which is a 3.8-liter V6 twin turbo paired with a 6-speed dual clutch transmission, and it's such a killer combo. But the number on the paper is kind of make me question, if you're celebrating a racing car, I feel like it's gonna need a little bit more power. Well, this motor makes 565 horsepower with 467 pound-feet of torque. Is that enough? I don't know. I'm gonna leave that one up to you guys. Leave your answers in the comments below. But definitely another thing that makes this a special motor is the fact that it is hand built by a special team of engineers over at the Toshigi facility in Japan, leaving the stamps from each team. So on different models or in different 50th anniversary, there's different tags on each and every one of them, making it a very special car. All right, here we are. We got a stretch right in front of me, and we're about to test out the launch control on the R35 50th anniversary. Let's get into it. Holy shit! Oh my God! We're going. This car just does not want to stop. Oh! Wow! 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 Holy hell! No, that is what I'd like to call a freaking torque monster, man.